Hello and welcome to another video. Bit of a shock because I'm about to leave the house for something non-medical related. What? I know, what's that, like the second time in 3 weeks? There's got to be some sort of record for recent years. Going to the garden centre with my parents, obvs, to pick up some kind of plants. I'm not sure what they're going for, but it was an excuse for me to leave the house, so I'm all for it. And it's a beautiful day, so I'm really excited about it. It was so nice to be outside for a bit this afternoon. I don't think we were out for very long, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, but I did have serious sensory overload whilst I was there. The smells, the bright lights, the brightly coloured flowers, the noise from other people there. It was really busy, lots of kids. So it was quite an ordeal for my senses. And my mum actually said, it must be so weird for you being outside when, you spend 99% of your days inside all day. And yeah, it is weird because I live my life in my bedroom. I visit the rest of the house, but not every day. It kind of reminds you that there's actually a whole world outside. I find it sometimes hard to remember that. When I'm feeling really down and I'm thinking, what is even the point of all this? What is the point in fighting when I never seem to win? Actually, it's good for me to remember that there is a whole world out there, a whole world of beautiful things, and remembering that, I think, is very important in giving me the will and the energy to continue fighting. I do have a pretty bad headache now, and I'm just taking it easy in bed. So I'm just going to relax for the rest of the evening, have some dinner, and then go to bed. Hopefully I'll sleep well. So since my nausea has been really bad, the only thing I've been able to eat for breakfast is Greek yogurt with banana chopped up in it. And that's good because it's relatively healthy, but it's not so good for me personally because eating a lot of dairy when you're going through Lyme disease treatment isn't necessarily a good idea. And it's not worked out for me too well because it's made me quite congested in my chest. I've been coughing up a lot of pretty nasty stuff. Let's just leave it at that. So I knew that I needed to kind of find something else that was going to placate my stomach and did not include a lot of dairy. So what I ended up with was porridge made with almond milk with a few raspberries on top. And I was having porridge before my nausea was really bad, but it was made with cow's milk. And it was really too rich for me in the morning because I just felt too sick. So the reason I chose almond milk because it was a lot less rich and it's not actually dairy. So I was hoping that my stomach could tolerate it. And I've had it for the last couple of days and it's going quite well. Today I ate breakfast at about 9 o'clock and I was able to take my tablets at like 9:30, which is really, really good progress and a really, really good sign because even with the Greek yogurt and banana, I was still having to wait until like 10, half 10, because I was having to eat breakfast so slowly because I still felt really sick. The fact that I've taken them all and it's like 9:30 now is really, really good and I'm really pleased with that. As you'll know if you watched my last video, I was supposed to be going to the doctor's today, well, about 20 minutes ago. The long and the short of it is, there was a prescription waiting for me and I didn't need that appointment, so great news, I could cancel it and, not exhaust myself and spend the rest of the week recovering. Yeah, I'm just so happy that I didn't have to go to the doctor's this morning. So happy. What have I done today? Well, I had a shower and actually I think that's it. No, several very exciting things did happen today. Firstly, I finally ordered an infrared sauna, a portable infrared sauna, I should say. I know it seems crazy that I've been in treatment for nearly a year and I'm only just getting around to ordering one, but it's not really like that. I have thought about getting one multiple times before now, but the reality is, when I was on antibiotics, I was not well enough to get in it and actually use it. So it would have really been a wasted purchase for many months, I think. But I do think the herbal protocol is suiting me a lot better. And hopefully, if I get it now, I'm able to sort of start using it. Obviously, I'll start very slow and kind of build up. But I'm hoping that that will be a really, really good thing for me. I know a lot of other people who have them, other people who have Lyme disease, and they find them really, really good. So I'm really, really hopeful that it'll help. And the other exciting thing is that we've started making inquiries for new kittens. We did have a very beautiful, gorgeous, amazing cat for 10 years. He literally passed away a couple of days before I made my first trip to Breakspear, and it was really quite traumatic because he was literally fine and then suddenly he was just gone. So it was very, very hard, and that was about a year ago. So we're finally feeling ready to welcome a new kitten into the family, which I am very, very excited for. I was shown a few pictures just now of sort of ones we might go and visit, and I almost lost my mind. I think I actually worried my mum because I just pretty much started crying and was like, oh my God, we have to have that one. I don't think I've mentioned actually how much not having a pet has affected me this last year. Basil, which was the cat we had before, Basil was like my little shadow. Well, very large shadow actually, because he was a very large cat. He was like my shadow and he just followed me everywhere. He'd sleep on my bed and meow at me constantly and watch me doing yoga like I was a total idiot. You know, in that condescending way that cats do. He was just my companion through my illness, and I've missed him a lot this past year, and I'm very, very excited and happy at the thought that I'll have another little companion sometime soon. Tomorrow, I'm hoping I might be able to go down and sit in the garden for a bit. It's supposed to be a beautiful day and the flowers are coming out, and it's just, yeah, it'd be really nice if I could. So, I made it outside. It's so nice. It's really warm. I'm not going to stay out here very long, but it's really, really nice. These are the herbs we got at the garden centre the other weekend. And look at this bush. It's incredible. And the smell coming off it is amazing. It's honestly huge. Look at that giant bumblebee. So this is the aftermath of 10 minutes sat in the sun. The rest of the day spent lying in a darkened room with a horrible, horrible headache. I don't know whether the sun and the heat triggered a HERX. I don't know whether the bright light triggered a migraine, or whether it's just payback from doing what I did this morning. I mean, I don't think it's payback because I didn't really do that much. But I don't know. It's funny because I posted a picture on Instagram saying, oh, you know, I'm sitting outside, it's really great because I haven't been able to do this for ages. You know, I don't think I did it at all last year, but this is the result of that picture, you know. This is the result of having 10 minutes outside. And, you know, it can be quite disheartening, but I'm trying to look at it the opposite way, in that I managed to sit outside. I made it down 2 flights of stairs. I sat on the bench, upright, outside, in the sun, and then I made it all the way back up here. And I'm trying to focus on the fact that I did it, and not the fact that it's causing all this pain now. It's, I think, nearly 7 p.m, so I'm going to have some dinner and just go to bed, basically. Well, I don't know what happened last night. I know I said I felt ill when I filmed the last clip, but my God, did I start feeling a lot iller later on. So obviously I had a really bad headache. I ate some dinner and I actually felt a bit better. So I was like, oh, this is really good. But I wanted to go to bed really early because it was still quite bad. I think the movement of brushing my teeth and walking to the bathroom must have triggered something, because it suddenly came a lot worse. And I felt really sick as well. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. I kind of collapsed on my bed, as you do. And then I started shaking. My whole body was shaking. It was really, really scary. The only thing that I can really compare it to is that really, really violent HERX that I had, I think, at the start of my 3rd week at Breakspear when I was having the IV antibiotics. That was the worst thing I'd ever experienced. This wasn't as bad as that, but it was definitely close. I'm quite baffled, really, by what triggered that yesterday. I know I said I thought it was being outside and the sunlight, and that must have been it, but I don't understand how it triggered something that bad, because the only other thing that's triggered that in the past is IV antibiotics. Yeah, I'm just really confused. So I had my phone appointment with my doctor, my GP, I should say. That was good. She agreed to put the anti-nausea medication on repeat prescription, seeing as it's working so well, which is really, really good. She again expressed discomfort with the idea of Breakspear, and she said that she had spoken to her colleagues at the practice and they'd said similar thing. You know, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what they're about, and it makes them uncomfortable that I'm going there. And I felt like saying, well, you could do your research. You know, I did before I went. I didn't say that, of course. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together like some stuff that I can give to her that she can read and therefore will reassure her. I think that is the best thing to do. I mean, she could find this all online very easily, but I think if I hand it to her in person, a physical copy, I think it will go across better. So that's what I'm going to do. Another thing to do on top of everything else. But I don't have to go back and see her until after I've had my endocrinology appointment and my gynecology appointment, which will be a few months. So I've got quite a while to do that. So I decided to have a shower. But as I came downstairs, I saw that something has arrived and I wanted to show you because it's very exciting. My sauna's here! It's a pretty giant box, much bigger than I was expecting. And there's a really funny picture of someone actually in the sauna just with their head poking out, which my dad thought was absolutely hilarious when he saw it for the first time. I think we're going to get it out, probably not tonight because my dad's going out, but tomorrow evening. And I'm really excited to see what it's like. For the last couple of nights, I haven't been taking my antiemetic as I go to bed, which is when I've usually been taking it. I wanted to see if I still needed it. I didn't want to be taking it just for the sake of taking it. Turns out I do need it. Last night I woke up at 5 and the night before I woke up at 6:30. So yeah. I did get back to sleep briefly last night, but it took a couple of hours, and obviously if I can avoid that, I would like to. So tonight I'm going to go back to taking it as I go to sleep and just hopefully avoid the waking up. Today marks the end of another 2 weeks, the end of another video. I think it's been a relatively okay 2 weeks, but it has been quite up and down because I had that really bad HERX in the middle, and pretty much the rest of this week has been spent recovering from it. So yeah, it's been a mixed bag, but I hope you've enjoyed it and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!